Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samelin, principal of Samelin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their families. And let's applaud Lawyers Who Care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Philip Crowley. He is the founder and managing partner at Crowley Law, and he practices in New York City and Morristown, New Jersey. Phil's firm provides full-service legal representation to emerging life sciences and tech companies. Welcome, Phil.
Welcome. Well, thank you very much, Andrew. I'm very happy to be here.
So, Phil, tell us about what brought you to the law generally.
Well, it was the desire to make an impact. I started out my original career as a research physicist working in superconductivity, and I found that I was becoming about 7 miles deep in my specialty, but only about a half an inch wide, and it would be a long time before the things that I was doing in the lab were actually going to benefit people. So I changed to law and decided that that was the career I would follow. 6 years as a Wall Street lawyer, more than 3 decades in the Johnson & Johnson Law Department, and for the past 10 years as the founder and managing partner of my boutique law firm.
And were you at J&J during their Tylenol litigation and talc litigation, or they had headwinds, and what a wonderful brand J&J is?
That's right. Well, I was there. I joined shortly before the first Tylenol poisoning. And I remember asking myself, gee, was this such a good idea? But they came through it in marvelous colors. And
they did.
The response has been kind of a business school story.
For sure. For sure. And, you know, so you did the big law thing, did the corporate, and now the boutique law. Tell us about your current, the firm, and maybe a story where you went above and beyond for clients. Or
Sure.
client.
We're a group of 4 very experienced lawyers who are passionate about helping life sciences and other technology entrepreneurs avoid being taken advantage of as they pursue their dreams. As a former research scientist, I have a soft spot in my heart for the innovators. And as a corporate lawyer, I understand how difficult it is to take even great ideas from the lab to the marketplace. A case where I went above and beyond goes back actually 10 years when I started working with 2 entrepreneurs from Ireland who had, back in 2015, an artificial intelligence engine that would analyze and in some cases permit in-house law departments to reduce their outside counsel bills. And having had several decades of reviewing outside counsel bills at Johnson & Johnson, I knew this could be a winner. So after an initial period of time that I worked with them as a consultant to help them understand the US market for in-house counsel, we had such a great working relationship that they invited me to join the board of directors. So for a number of years, I served as a director of the company Shine Analytics Limited in Dublin, Ireland, which works under the name Brightflag here in the United States and around the world, and help them to shape their policies and philosophy in terms of dealing with the marketplace, while at the same time serving as U.S. counsel and getting their legal documentation in shape for the U.S. marketplace. Over the years, the company has grown and developed, and I'm proud to say that here in July, we're speaking of this in July of 2025, just last month, Shine Analytics was purchased by the international data processing and data analytics firm Wolters Kluwer for $425 million. And it's such a testament to these 2 young men, the founders that I met back in 2015, and to show the ability of lawyers to help businessmen think through legal problems. I know that many of my confreres in the legal community kind of shun trying to be involved with business decisions. But I have always found, particularly in my years at Johnson & Johnson, that businessmen appreciate having someone help them think through their options, think through the consequences of their options. And at least at Johnson & Johnson, we were charged with helping those businessmen reach decisions that were lawful, ethical, and in the case of Johnson & Johnson, consistent with the Johnson & Johnson credo. So I tried to bring that over to the two young gentlemen who were the founders, and they've just done spectacularly well.
And the concept of the IP patent, issues, like I've been hearing a lot about the IP litigation where they will, try to harvest, lawsuits from existing IP. Almost, I don't want to use certain words, but it's somewhat unsavory in that they're attempting to do that because you have folks that have created these IP assets. And
well, that's right. That's a major issue in this particular case.
Yeah.
What the artificial intelligence engine at Brightflag does is it just takes in information it actually reads the legal bills that a law firm receives, and then has an analysis program that looks at those. There are other of my clients who are also involved in artificial intelligence who scrape data from the internet that is publicly available data and provide analysis. The point that you're raising, that is where systems use copyrighted data, images, texts of authors to educate and train their systems, is a very controversial area of intellectual property law and will be worked out in the courts. And the issues that are involved are whether or not it is fair use of that copyrighted material to simply use it to educate your system. Those companies that have been very conservative about this have paid for a license to the copyrighted material, which removes any doubt that they're using it appropriately. But it's something that the courts will have to work out, because really our legal system wasn't generated at a period of time where we had issues like Chat GPT. And so it's one of those things that evolve in the courts. And then I think eventually Congress and or the state legislatures, or both, will come to some conclusion about what's reasonable to do in a case like that and what the standards are to avoid having this, the standards set on a case-by-case basis as individual authors sue users who have used their material to educate their systems.
Yeah, totally different topic. I was thinking, patent trolls, but you're right. I mean, this whole IP is going to be a whole new world in the investment world, in the legal world. We're seeing it actually in the life science businesses where, is IP going to supplant certain people such that all of these facilities, are they overstaffed? Are there too many life science properties? The shifts are going to be huge up and down every field.
I agree completely, Andrew. But as opposed to the people who view this with alarm, I view it as any other advancement in technology. If you were a buggy whip manufacturer in 1905, you'd say, "Oh my God, my business is going away in 1918." But it's not. As a worker, your job as a buggy whip manufacturer goes away, but you get another job. And so it's the people who are able to adapt and use artificial intelligence who will have jobs using artificial intelligence to be tremendously more productive than they are without artificial intelligence.
You mean you don't have a loom in your house, but you still have a few shirts?
No, I did not make this shirt this morning.
That's right. So everyone, thanks to my guest, Philip Crowley. He's the the founding and managing partner at Crowley Law in New York City and New Jersey. Phil, can you provide our audience with some contact information twice, please?
Sure. You can look at the free resources on our website, crowleylawllc.com. Also, please check out our book on Amazon called Avoid Startup Failure. Learn the top 10 causes of failure for technology startups and how to turn them to your advantage. You can also reach us at info@crowleylawllc.com. And we also have the capability to represent companies in Florida and have several Florida clients, and we're here to help.
Awesome. That's wonderful. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. $420 million completed deal is certainly something everyone can aspire to, and their counsel as well. If you're an attorney or know one that goes above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Number again, 914-666-6600. Phil, thank you so much for joining us today.
Andrew, thank you so much. I've enjoyed the discussion.